What is it about winter that makes it so terrifying? Today, we're diving into the season of winter and why it's a scarier setting than you might think for horror movies. Hey, how you doing? It is I, the Terrific Lady, otherwise known as Brandy, and welcome to Retro Horror School and a happy Friday to you. First, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my amazing supporters on Ko-fi and Twitch: JWSJ, ScaredyCast, The Flat Noodle, Phrase, and Dr. Evil. Thank you. It really means a lot. If you're interested in supporting my retro horror school endeavors, check out kofi.com/terrific lady or twitch.tv/terrific lady. Now, let's dive into today's video. Be honest, when you think of horror settings, does winter come to mind? Or do you usually only associate winter with Christmas? What else comes to mind when you think of horror winter settings? A cold, snowy, desolate forest, a cabin in the woods, or a isolated hotel in the Colorado mountains, or even the far off frozen continent of Antarctica. And be honest, does the thought of these settings scare you? If it does, then why the heck is winter so scary? Well, let's break it down. One of the reasons why winter horror is so scary is the fact that winter as a season is very cold and very bleak. It creates a bleak white landscape of snow and ice, which is a perfect palette for horror movies. The endless white of the snow and ice feels both endless and overwhelming, leaving both characters and movie watchers with an overwhelming sense of just nothingness. Winter is also very isolating. Harsh conditions and very long winter nights can isolate horror movie characters. Whether it's a cabin snowed in a snowstorm or a team of men stuck on a remote Antarctic research base, winter creates physical and emotional barriers and leaves characters more susceptible to anxiety and stress. Hypothermia, frostbite, cold winter wind cutting through just your multiple layers of clothing that you have on. The cold is definitely its own kind of enemy and its own kind of killer. And in horror movies where it's set in winter, survival not only depends on the characters trying to evade and defeat the killer, it also depends on surviving the harsh winter elements. Winter itself also comes with hidden and unseen dangers: hidden crevices under the snow, sudden blizzards, or predators lurking in the cold and dark. This can lead to both paranoia and uncertainty. Winter has always symbolized death, decay, and the end of a cycle. It is used in horror to represent impending doom, as life retreats and survival becomes a battle against the elements and everything else. Now you know a little bit about why winter is so darn scary in horror movies. Let's talk about certain themes that you might see in winter horror. One that you might see is creature in the snow, the predator or the monster or the killer lurking in the icy, frozen, barren wastelands of winter. Another theme that you might see in winter horror movies is that of the isolated house, cabin, hotel. So basically, an isolated dwelling place. Think snowed in settings where help would take a long time to get there or where help would not be coming at all. Frostbite and exposure. So the winter elements itself becomes part of the horror. And finally, dark rituals in the winter solstice. So a bit of a supernatural edge with winter folklore and also winter rituals. Now, if you're wondering what kind of winter horror films are out there or what winter horror films that you can watch, here are a few suggestions. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, A Snowbound Hotel, Isolation, and Madness. John Carpenter's The Thing, an unknown alien life form Paranoia and isolation abound in the far off reaches of Antarctica. 30 Days a Night, where vampires take advantage of a town that is plunged into 30 days of darkness in Alaska. Misery, an injured rider that is trapped in a cabin in a snowstorm with a psychotic fan, Annie Welks. And finally, Frozen, where three characters are stranded on a ski lift in deadly winter conditions. Winter horror taps into the major fears of isolation, survival, and the unknown. It's what makes winter horror so darn scary. So, what is your favorite winter horror film to watch whenever it's cold and snowy outside? Or maybe you watch winter horror films during the summer when you want to cool down. Either way, let me know in the comments below. Please like and share this video with fellow horror fans because it really does help. And if you're not already subscribed, please do so and hit that bell so you never miss a retro horror school class. I'm going to toss up a few more videos here that I think you might like. And sadly, class is dismissed, everybody, for now, but I will see you next time. Bye.